Hi, I'm Mr. C, the teacher, and the lessons I've created here are the same ones I use in my classroom on a daily basis. So grab your tools for school and join in with our lessons, or just sit back and watch along with us. Let's do some learning together, because you're watching Lessons from the Classroom.
As part of the 6+1 traits of writing, we often use mentor storybooks. And when we introduce the 6 traits to students, many teachers will read aloud a text that exemplifies the trait. This is the notion of mentor text. Students learn the evidence of the trait from mentors and how to imitate it with their own writings. Such mentor text often includes picture books like these ones. The text is short, which is important for a mini lesson, and engaging for students. The particular trait we're looking at today is the one of organization. Once the idea or topic is narrowed, the students can begin the organization of the writing piece. Organization is the structure of the writing piece and how it is presented. It holds the information together and can be easily comprehended by the reader. All writing must be presented in an organized manner in order for the writing to be effective and meaningful. It's the organization of your writing that holds everything together. It puts your ideas in an order that makes sense, and it gives your writing a strong beginning, middle, and end. When your writing is not organized, your reader can grow confused and lose interest. So here we have a book called When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry. And we're going to use this book as a mentor text to talk about the 6+1 traits of writing, and in particular, the trait of organization. So let's see how Molly Bang, our author, sets this book up in an organized way with a beginning, middle, and end. All right, so here's the story. When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry, by Molly Bang, and read by Mr. C, the teacher. Sophie was busy playing when her sister grabbed Gorilla. "My turn!" "No," said Sophie. "Yes," said her mother. "It is her turn now, Sophie." As her sister snatched Gorilla away, Sophie fell over the truck. Oh, is Sophie ever angry now? She kicks, she screams, she wants to smash the world to smithereens. She roars a red, red roar. Sophie is a volcano ready to explode. And when Sophie gets angry, really, really angry, she runs. She runs and runs and runs until she can't run anymore. Then, for a little while, she cries. Now she sees the rocks, the trees and ferns. She hears a bird. She comes to the old beech tree. She climbs. She feels the breeze blow her hair. She watches the water and the waves. The wide world comforts her. Sophie feels better now. She climbs back down and heads for home. I'm home. The house is warm and smells good. Everyone is glad she's home. everything's back together again. And Sophie isn't angry anymore. All right, that's When Sophie Gets Angry, really, really angry. And it's a great book to use as a mentor text when we're looking at our writing and how we organize our writing into a beginning, middle, and end. This book has a real clear beginning where Sophie gets mad, gets angry, and what she does when she's angry. Right? So an accident happens where she gets really angry. And we learn that at the beginning of the story, and we learn how angry she gets, kicking and screaming, wanting to smash things and roar, feeling like a volcano, and slamming the door and running away. That's the beginning of the story, nicely organized into the beginning. In the middle of the story, we find that she cries a little bit, notices nature, climbs up her favorite tree, feels the breeze and watches the waves, and starts to calm down. And that's the middle part of the story. And the end part, once she's finally comforted, she climbs down, walks home, and everything's okay back at home. She's no longer angry. So we've got her getting angry at the beginning, doing something to calm down in the middle, and after she's calmed down, returning home at the end. So very clear beginning, middle, and end to her story. And that's the writing trait of organization. All right, here we have a worksheet that goes with the 6+1 traits of writing. And the trait we're looking at today is called organization. It says, organization, a story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Here we have instructions that say, read the story, trace over top of the words, and draw a line from the word to the pictures. So here's our story. The title of it is called The Hat. Jill had a new hat. The hat flew away. Now the snowman has a hat. We have to trace these words. This word says beginning. I'm tracing over top of the word just carefully with, well, you do it with your pencil. I'm doing it with my marker so it shows up. Where is the beginning of the story? Is it Jill had a new hat, the hat flew away, or now the snowman has the hat? Well, it is this one directly across. This is the beginning of the story. This word here says middle. A story has to have a beginning, but it also has to have a middle. Otherwise, it's not going anywhere. And the middle of the story is going to be the hat flew away. That's kind of what came next, right? And down here at the bottom, we have the word end. A story has to have an end, otherwise it doesn't make any sense if it doesn't end. So it needs a beginning, a middle, and an end. And the end of this story tells us that now the snowman has a hat after it blew off of Jill's head. So we'll draw a line that connects straight to there. At the bottom here it says convention. A sentence begins with a capital letter. Circle the correct letter and write it on the line. Do we need a capital T at the beginning of our sentence or a small t at the beginning of our sentence? Well, we know a sentence begins with a capital letter. That's a big letter, a capital letter. So we need the capital T to go in here. That's the one I'm circling. That's the one I'm putting on the line. So it reads, the wind blows, with a period at the end. So that's a full idea. That's a sentence. I'm just going to add a bit of color to my picture. And there we go. Now I've got some color in my picture.
When Sophie gets angry, really, really angry, she does stomp and scream and yell, but she doesn't hit. She doesn't yell out mean names. She's very upset, and she chooses to do something special in order to calm down. She runs out of the house, and she runs to her special tree. It's here in her special tree that she can sit in quiet and be able to breathe and calm down. just listen to the sounds and the sights that she can see makes her feel calmer and better. And that's important, to be able to have a safe, quiet place that you can go to calm down. Maybe you have a special place like that inside your home. Maybe you have a hidden spot underneath the stairs or somewhere underneath the pool table, something like that. Or maybe you just close the door to your own bedroom. To have that quiet place to cool down. Maybe you have a space in your garden, a bench around the side of the house, a place where you can sit and cool down in privacy. Maybe you're lucky enough to have a tree house, or even just a special tree like Sophie does. But if you're getting angry and frustrated and upset in the classroom, running out of the classroom may not be an option. So maybe your classroom has a quiet zone place where you can go and sit and cool down. Maybe your classroom has a quiet zone tent, like in my room, where you can go in and just be calm and quiet and cool down and come out when you're ready to. Or maybe in your school there's a quiet reading cube just outside of the classroom door. Or maybe just a quiet spot to be able to sit. Sometimes, though, at home or in the classroom, having a quiet zone, a quiet place where you can go to by yourself to calm down isn't always an option. So what we need to do instead is learn how to calm ourselves down. We call that self-regulating. To be able to self-regulate, we need to be able to beat the thoughts that happen in a part of our brain we call the amygdala. Some people refer to the amygdala as part of your reptile brain, or even I've heard dinosaur brain as a name before. It's a part of your brain that's sort of near the back of your head, inside there. It's quite small. That part of your brain told you to either fight and attack back or to run away. Call that fight or flight. But in many cases today, fight or flight is not a good choice. If a friend at school makes you angry, you don't want to fight and hit back and kick, call them mean names, because that will get you in trouble. Instead, you need to get that part of your brain, the amygdala, to calm down. It takes about 10 seconds to do that. And that's why we've designed a whole bunch of different techniques as teachers to teach our kids how to calm down. And a lot of it has to do with breathing. So you may have heard this before. To calm down, count backwards from 10 slowly. So let's do that. If you're upset and angry, try just counting backwards slowly from 10. Do it with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That took longer than 10 seconds, and we need that 10 seconds to concentrate on something else in order to calm down and have our amygdala part of our brain stop processing that, I gotta hit, I gotta kick, I gotta punch. Instead, 10 seconds to calm down. We use a lot of breathing techniques as well. Let's learn a few. I like to use the mind up chime to get kids quiet in the class and focus on the sound of the chime. Listen to the chime. Now we're going to do some slow breathing. In through the nose, hold it in for the count of 2, and blow it out slowly from the mouth. Then we're going to do another count of 2 before we breathe in again through the nose. So we're going to do that 3 times. You ready? Here we go. Breathe in through the nose. Hold it. 1, 2. Breathe it out slow. From the mouth. Wait. 1, 2. Let's do it again. And listen to the chime again. Some people will like to add that breathing technique in with putting your hand on your belly and feeling your belly go out and in. You want to focus your mind on feeling your hand go up and down with your belly. So let's try that technique. Same thing. Listen to the chime. Breathe in through your nose. Feel your belly go out. Breathe out through your mouth. Feel your belly go down. Focus on what your hand is doing. Here we go. Breathe in. One more time. And listen to the chime. This next technique is very similar. We call it bunny breaths. So this time, rather than breathing in one big, deep, long breath through the nose, I'm going to breathe in 3 quick little breaths into my nose. Again, I'm going to hold it for the count of 2 and blow out slowly from my mouth. When you blow out slowly from your mouth, kind of imagine you're pulling some chewing gum, big, long, stranded chewing gum. It takes a long time to pull it and stretch it out. All right, so this is called bunny breaths. We'll do it 3 times. Ready? Let's start by listening to the chime. Here we go. We're going to breathe in through the nose. Bunny breaths. Wait, 1, 2, and then 3 quick breaths. Listen to the chime. Great. This next technique is called the shoulders in the ear technique. So this time I'm again going to breathe in through my nose and I'm going to hold it in for the count of 2. But this time what I'm going to do when I breathe in is I'm going to try and put my 2 shoulders right into my ears. All right? Then when I breathe out through the mouth, and I'm going to relax my shoulders as I breathe out. You ready? Here we go. Listen to the chime. That gets us started. Here we go. Breathe in through the nose, shoulders into the ears. Hold it up there. Breathe out, relax. Slow. Ready? 1, 2. Get those shoulders right into the ears. And breathe out. One more time. real relaxed and loose. Listen to the chime. This next one I call the 5, 6, 7 breathing. And it means we're going to breathe in a little bit longer. We're going to breathe in through our nose to the count of 5. We're going to hold it for the count of 6. And we're going to blow it out for the count of 7. 5, 6, 7 breathing. Listen to the chime to begin with. Here we go, breathing through the nose, count of 5. Hold it for the count of 6. Blow it out for the count of 7. One more time, 5, 6, 7. In this next one, we're going to use this expanding ball to help us breathe. When I breathe in through my nose, I want to breathe in at the same speed that the ball expands. And I'm going to hold my breath for the length of time that the ball is open. When I breathe out through my mouth, I want to breathe out at the same speed that the ball collapses. So I'm breathing in and out with the ball. Here we go. You ready? Breathing in through the nose. Hold it in. Breathe out. Wait, 1, 2, and breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. One more time. Sometimes our bodies might need a little more than just breathing. If you've ever seen two dogs fight, one of the things you'll notice after the dogs have been fighting is that they'll shake themselves to get that excess anxiety and energy that's inside them from that fight. It helps them to shake and get that energy out and to get more relaxed and calm. Well, we can do all sorts of things. We can do all the shaking of our body, shake our arms, shake our head, shake our knees and our legs, wiggle our body around. Do that and stop. We can use that technique. But let me also show you a technique I use while sitting in a chair. These exercises can be done in a chair. And all we're going to do is we're going to start off by having our feet nice and flat, and our legs square. We're sitting right in the chair with our full weight in the chair. We're going to grab underneath the chair and we're going to pull up. We're going to try and lift our chair right off the ground with us sitting in it. So you ready? We're going to do that for about 5 seconds. Here we go. Pull up. And let go. Now take your arms and give yourself a hugging squeeze. Hug. And let go. Now we're going to do a stretch. Stretch way up as high as you can. Up, 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 up. And we're going to relax. Now we're going to do a relaxed sit. Put your hands on your knees. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground. Sit up nice and straight. And now give yourself a squeeze one more time. And relax. And we can repeat those steps over and over. Go ahead and try it with me. Here we go. Pull up. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Stretch up. Relax. Sit still. And squeeze. One more time. Here we go. Pull up. Relax. Squeeze. Relax. Stretch. Relax. Sit. And squeeze. That does the same trick as shaking your body out. Good. So between having a quiet, safe place that you can go to calm down, like Sophie and her special tree, or having some breathing techniques, or some techniques to help get that pent-up energy out, you can find a way to calm down, to beat the amygdala that's telling you to fight or run away, and instead have that 10 seconds to get your brain going from the back part of your head working to the front part of your head working, where you can make some wise choices on how to solve the problem that you're having. Now, another method that you could use, and it's a little controversial whether it works or not, but I can tell you that we have used this with several students in our school several times, and it consistently seems to work for them, and that is a sour candy. Can't quite explain it other than thinking that maybe the sour hits the tongue, which sends a message to the brain, and maybe a chemical reaction works where that student just seems to calm down within a minute or two. So give it a try. Sour candies. At the very worst, at least they taste good. Well, apart from having a safe place and a quiet place to go and cool down, or having some breathing techniques to help you calm down, it's also important to let those adults around us know how we're feeling. Melvin the monkey and I use this sort of emotion chart or gauge. And it's important to know that when we're in, say, the green zone, we're calm, we're relaxed, we're focused, we're ready to listen and to learn. But it's also important to know that you can tell yourself and tell the adults around you if you're not in the green zone. The gray zone usually depicts that we're feeling really low energy. Maybe we're feeling sick, or we're very tired, or we're hungry, or we're feeling depressed and sad, and we really just don't have much energy. We want to sort of put our head down on our desk and just sort of lie there. And also, it's important for you to be able to tell yourself if you're in the red zone and communicate that to an adult. I'm in the red zone, I'm feeling frustrated, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling super excited, I'm feeling noisy and loud, and I need to jump around and I can't sit still. I'm in the red zone. And using some of our skills, like our breathing skills or our going to a quiet spot, maybe our sour gum candy, to help us get back into the green zone. Emotion gauges. They work great for communicating how you're feeling. Well, I hope that was helpful, and you might be able to use some of those techniques at home or even in your classroom. Ask your teacher. Maybe they use some of the same techniques. Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode, but I'm going to hang out in my quiet zone tent, have a sour candy, which really can work to calm you down. I'm going to give my stuffy some hugs, and I think I'll practice some of my breathing techniques. We'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today in our lesson. Hope to see you again soon. I hope you had some fun, worked on some new skills, and maybe learned something new as well. Join me next time on another episode of Lessons from the Classroom. Bye for now.